You found the Live Local Marketing podcast, where business owners share their knowledge about what's working in the market today. No fluff, just their experiences and stories from people who are making it happen. And if authentic, practical marketing resonates with you, be sure to visit livelocalwarmmarketing.com and learn to grow your business on warm marketing referrals. Now, on to the show. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here. We're Miss Rachel Minion here today with the Live Local Marketing podcast, where we bring you the experts in the field, getting their hands dirty, showing you the variety of marketing strategies that you can use that will actually work. Rachel, thanks for joining us here today. The self-proclaimed marketing queen here. Here we go. Rockstarr, the marketing rockstar. A quick review of the format. Once again, we have 7 topics off to the side. We're going to go through them 2 minutes each. And at the very end, you're going to learn more about her business and where you can get a hold of her now that she spent a lot of time, explaining her business and showing us her expertise. So, Miss Rachel, are we ready?
Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready. All right, cool. Our first question is my favorite. So as an entrepreneur, what is your first win?
I'm going to talk about the first win for Rockstarr. I had this client. We finally landed him. And guess what? He didn't believe in marketing at all. But he's like, this is just a call center. Who wants to pay for this? And you know what? I told him I was going to prove him wrong. So we took his ideal client and he said, I will be great as long as you get me this client. I don't care how, just go get it. We went live, and within 24 hours, I got him the biggest client he's ever had on the phone, and they converted, and we doubled the business overnight. And he called me up the next day and he's like, so I don't know whether to apologize or do we challenge you further? I'm not quite sure, but can you do it again? And that was just the first day of the campaign that we launched for him. Wow. And it just grew and grew. And now he is a top industry leader in his field.
So most of the times aren't overnight successes, though. Usually, how long is this, like, for your marketing programs to take hold? Like, what's a normal time that people would expect?
I would expect that there needs to be time to iterate and get real world data. Because the problem is, as marketers, we create something in a bubble. We think it's great. It's gorgeous. It's shiny. But then the real world sees it and it's like, that is an ugly baby. That doesn't mean anything. That's the wrong language. That isn't how I speak. So we need to be able to have time to test and iterate and make sure that we're really resonating. I never expected that to happen, that lightning in a bottle, but it happened. And so I'd recommend give it 2-3 weeks for the first rounds of testing and iteration. Give it 2 months, see where it goes, and see how you can best then optimize what you've learned from the data that you're getting.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna move on to the next one because we got this. You're doing really well with it so far here. So the next one is going to be, as an entrepreneur, what is your best habit?
I meditate every morning. As you can tell, I'm a person of high energy. There is no way that ping pong ball isn't bouncing from here to here to here to here to here at all times. But I've learned that I have to become grounded in the morning for my creativity to flow, for the ideas to be able to open, for the availability of space in my world to be able to understand what problems are. How do we fix it? Get those fixes in place. And without a constant meditation practice, things just felt off.
Do you do it throughout the day or just once in the morning?
I start in the morning, and then there's a time around lunch where now I'm trying to do more mindful eating. Instead of, I get 8 minutes for lunch. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to just shove that in my mouth. No, it's every single bite in what am I tasting? How am I tasting that? And trying to just get back to more of being present versus being so focused on everything else that I'm doing for all my clients.
So do you have like an app that you use, a program? What would you suggest if people wanted to start meditating and be more like Rachel? What are they doing?
Well, first, I don't want to be more like me. I don't know. But I really love apps. And I haven't found the app that I want yet, but there are a few that I'm playing around with. So I have Aura. I was using Peloton. I was trying to get to a place where, and even Glenn Harrell things, where I could calm things down. But I'm actually, believe it or not, also working on an app, because I believe that everybody needs that little pump up time in the morning. And like, you are amazing. You are incredible. You're going to go crush that day. Let's go make that happen. So that on the list.
So it's more like a positive meditation, not like a calming. Because the ones that I've done in the past, like when things are crazy, it's just like a person talking about the woods and the pond and you're like really relaxed. Yours is like, go out and go do it.
Well, who wants that? Because you can
I
get
don't know.
grounded, but you know, if you are on a moment with high energy and where you just need a little pick me up, there is no way that you're going to listen to and feel good.
Okay.
You're going to change the channel. You're going to scroll on Facebook or Instagram or whatever that is, and it's going to be annoying.
It's true. All right. That's good. Good advice. Good. So when you sit down with your clients, especially like the one you talked about, the first one, what role or what conversation do you have around stories in regards to the brand?
I think stories are our most powerful thing that we can have. I think that we all need to be really well versed in who we are as a company, who we want to become, where we want to go, and then be able to tell that story, because it's not only an external thing where I'm telling this to my prospects and to my clients.
Yeah.
I need to tell this to my internal team on here's why we exist. For example, for us, we exist to help double the size of 100 small companies in the next 5 years. Why? Because I believe in the power of small businesses. I think that it's not only affecting that immediate person and their family, but their community, everything around them. Like, this is how we support those small little shops. And it's because of that and my love of small business that we exist. And if I tell that to you, it resonates and it makes sense. And now, you want to talk to me. You'd rather work with me. Otherwise, it's just buy my stuff. And we don't care. But if I can get my team behind that message as well, now we have something even more powerful where we as a team are working to make that huge impact together.
Is there a specific like activity or process that you sit down and let's go over this and this and this that you go with them?
I do. I work with clients who think that they are selling one thing, but they're really great at delivering something else, but they just don't know how to enunciate it. So how do we work on getting that outcome to be translated into the vision and the story that we tell? And that's really where we spend our time.
Got you. So you sit down with them, ask them very specific pointed questions about their business. Do you collect data and see their examples of their work and stuff as well?
I do as much as I can. We have a lot of clients who have the confidentiality agreements, so that makes it a little bit tougher. But if they can anonymize it for me, then there's things that we can say like, hey, wait, you just got this huge win and you're not even using it to go sell the next project.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that's good. That's awesome. All right, so we talked a little bit already about the $1 million question. It's so big in our industry just because of all the things going on, and you can handle so many different things with AI now. Is like it's so easy to burn out. Like, you meditate in the mornings. What other stuff? Are there things throughout the day that you have to like stop and avoid burnout, or things you do on the weekends? Like, what are you doing? Traveling? What do you do? We lost you. Like, we lost your voice, your microphone. Did you like accidentally click a button or something? No.
How about now?
There you go.
Okay, something.
No worries. All right.
Okay.
You ready to do it again?
Sure.
No problem. I'll just chop it over and do the whole editing, good stuff. How the heck that was? All right.
You asked me about burnout and I glitched.
You're like, oh, I just do it all the time. I just burn out everywhere. All right. So the $1 million question we would ask folks as well, because nowadays with all the AI, it's easier to just take on all the projects and do all the different things, and burnout's such a big thing in our industry right now. So what kind of things besides the morning meditation that you do that will avoid burnout, and maybe later in the day or weekends, or what you're doing?
Well, here's the craziest thing that I didn't realize. And, it sounds really silly, but I started my company 15 years ago. It was always the goal to have it as a side hustle while I was taking on these really cool jobs like director of marketing for a division of Ticketmaster. Like, that was awesome, right? And so when the pandemic hit and I went to go out on my own, I do marketing. This is what I've been doing for forever. Let me just keep going. Yeah. And I turned on to full time the next day. I didn't know I had permission to make my business what I wanted it to be. And I think that is an assumption that most of us have, that we just need to keep going. but taking the permission that we're able to create what we want avoids burnout. Because now we're in the process of making something that we truly, utterly love versus doing the thing that we were just doing because we had to survive.
So that brings up the other question I hear very often, the passion versus what makes us profit. And people argue all the time that if you just follow your passion, there's no way that's going to work. What are your thoughts on that?
As you can see, I have a million passions. So we have the nonprofit, right, for cancer warriors, right? And we have outlets for those things, but it's because we have something that's in place that we are building that we love. That is giving us the opportunity to do other things and fulfill the other passions that we have. There's no way that we'd ever be able to do all of our passions in one thing, make that happen, and boom, it's going to be amazing. I took a sliver of what I'm really good at, what I know we can do, how I know we can make an impact, and then went from there.
So basically we have the primary gig that feeds all the fun gigs.
Absolutely.
All right. That's good advice. Good advice. So of all the strategies that you're using right now with your clients in marketing, what is your current favorite, most successful strategy? A quick break before we get to that next answer, because I know that answer is going to be brilliant, which is why I chose this moment to interrupt. If you love what you're seeing and you want to run your business off of warm marketing referrals, visit our website, livelocalwarmmarketing.com. It's got valuable resources, office hours, memberships, the book, an array of resources to help you get rid of cold calls, cold leads, door knocking, and run a business you can be proud of through referrals and warm marketing. Now, back to the show.
Automate everything.
Okay.
Let me explain. Right. In June, I had a key employee leave. And you know what happens when you have a key employee leave who has been there for 3 years with all of that internal knowledge? It sucks.
It's a reset. Yes.
Because then how do you figure out, okay, they were doing all these things. How am I going to get to do that? How am I going to hire somebody and train them and make this a seamless process? And my husband looked at me and he said, well, I challenge you. What if you could just automate her? Automate everything that this employee was doing. Even if you did 80% and you only had to take on the 20% and delegate that, wouldn't that be a heck of a lot better than trying to find somebody then on board and do these things? And I was like, all right. I got to 95% of all the things she was doing is automated.
How long did that take?
It was 3 weeks, working 3 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. But it was done because I was also doing all the other stuff that she was doing, and I was doing my own work at the same time, right? But without being pushed, it never would have happened. But then you can take a look at any of our clients, and we have clients who've grown revenue 42% year over year, and that was just till October. They didn't have to hire anybody. Why? Because we have automations in place to do most of the work. We have a client that grew sales 52% year over year. Year's not even over, and those were numbers in October. They didn't have to hire anybody because we have the automations and the tech in place. It makes you so much more profitable, and it gives your people who are brilliant the ability to do things that actually matter versus all the admin nonsense that they didn't need to be doing in the first place.
Is it lots of like AI type stuff, or is it like Zapier type stuff? Like, what is it in general?
So, for example, in our project management tool, I recreated all of our processes, all of our brand kits, how we work. When a task comes in, I have ways that everything is fully automated so it can go out to the team. All the SOPs are directly in there, the brand kit, everything is automatically done. Wow. I have all of that done. So nobody has to sit there and do it. And we're not questioning, wait, what goes into this ticket and what doesn't? It's done. It happens.
Yeah. I can just feel how long that took, but now how much time you're saving. So it's a ton on the front end, isn't it?
It is horrible on the front end. It is like I was doing half of it while sitting on the Peloton and riding the bike because like, you want to yell, you need to get some of that like nonsense
energy out. Yeah.
But once you get through it, think about how many more things I could do in my day because I didn't have to worry, are the tickets put in?
That's amazing. All right. So speaking of automation, so we're moving on to the next one is going to be when I use the term useful data, what sparks in your head? What does it mean to have useful data?
Well, we have so many clients that just look at vanity metrics and don't matter. Who cares how many likes you have on Facebook? It doesn't matter. Who cares how many likes you have on this and that and the other? What matters is how many meetings are booked. How many people showed up to the calls? What happened when they got to the calls? What does that look like? Because everything else is a vanity. We all want sales. We all need sales, right? So what are those 3 to 5 key metrics that are going to make the difference in your business that we can pay attention to and optimize and actually make sense for your business? Now, if you're an Instagram influencer, great. Likes are wonderful. They're making you money all day, every day. But if you're not, stop focusing your time and energy there.
What is one of the strategies you're finding is effective to get more meetings booked?
Oh, well, I have revamped my entire LinkedIn outreach approach. So now I'm getting 9 qualified leads per week.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to share? Are you going to share that? The goodies?
Well, I call it the developing conversation approach. And it's something where I'm actually writing a lead magnet on it now. It will be available on the Rockstarr Moon website in maybe 2 weeks. And I'm putting together my methodology on not only how I go out, but how I respond and what needs to happen there, because it's such a different psychology. Most of us get spammed all day, every day. I mean, it isn't even spammed. It is pitch slapped. I'm not interested in that. But I'm currently testing not only how I go out, but how I respond. And I've learned that there's different demographics that need different things. So for example, for men that are of a certain age and in a certain job position, I need to go out with just my outcome statement. We help consultants,
Man, that's pretty niche.
Right?
That also must be really time consuming to put together. Yeah.
It's not. Build it on the front end and then automate.
Man, you're impressively organized. All right. So before we have you do the outro, you've been through a lot of different things through the corporate world, which you mentioned, which now entrepreneurship. How did you said it just happened overnight, but there had to be some kind of confidence. There had to be something in you that said to do it. How do you muster that confidence to just one day be like, doing it?
Well, I think the biggest problem that we all have is just when we're down, we want to take that time, right, and be down. But what if when you're hurt, right? And just think about it. Let's think about a broken leg or broken business. Doesn't matter. When you break your leg, you know what helps you get better and feel better? It's movement, it's motion, it's something to get a little bit of forward progress, right? It could be that you could get up and get on crutches and start getting around again so you aren't just sitting on the couch. It could be any of those things. And I think for me, the thing that builds confidence is there's nothing that I can't do. There's nothing you can't do. But we just have to believe that. So there's always a solution for every single problem. You just have to spend a minute to get creative. Throw something at the wall. Try it. If you get a little bit of traction, great. If it fails, even better. You know not to do that again.
How do you know that it fails?
Well, sometimes you stick your finger in the little outlet and you get a little shock. That's when you know it fails.
Yeah. No, with marketing. I don't stick out a finger in my electric marketing outlet. Same idea, I'm sure.
It's basically the same idea. You get the same type of shock. Somebody writes back something really inappropriate, or you have talked to the wrong person, or you put something in a brochure that you thought was going to be brilliant and not a single person responds.
That's all right. So that's the measure. The measure is if you don't get any interaction. Is that kind of like your barometer?
You want good interaction, not
what
the hell are you doing? Why are you calling me? Why are you bothering me? All of those things. You want just a little bit of good interaction, whatever it takes to get a little bit of forward traction.
So before you start a thing, you want to have at least a ballpark idea of what kind of interaction you're looking for. I need people to do X, Y, Z. And if they're not doing X, Y, Z, then I know that it's not on par, that I'm not headed where I need to be.
And my belief is it isn't like any marketer's smarter than another. They're just willing to try more things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right? And what works today isn't going to work in an hour. It's just not. There's going to be a new tech that comes out, some new social platform. Google's going to take every button that was on the left and move it to the right because they can.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Rachel. All right. So to kind of the overview is that you have systems in place that you're constantly trying and testing and evaluating and making sure that they work. You put a lot of work up front to make sure those systems automate, which allows you to have more time on the back end, to be more creative, to try new things, and to just get your hands dirty in the marketing space. So let's go. This is the last pitch. You're the outro. Let me talk a little bit about your business, and then where can people get more information, maybe even a book meeting to sit down and talk about their business.
rachelminion.com.
That's it. All right. Awesome. And then it's so much fun in automation. Rachel, thank you for your time here today. I hope it warms up where you're at. So nice and 60 and 65 and sunny soon. And we appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.